Hello and welcome to exclusive interview with Digital Learning. This is Sheeba Chauhan, Senior Editor, Elets Technomedia, and we have with us today Jerry Yu, founder and CEO, Galaxy Kids.
Hi everyone.
A
Hi
very
Shiba.
warm welcome, sir. So
Nice
Jerry
to.
Yu is the founder and CEO of Galaxy Kids. Galaxy Kids is a startup offering speaking-focused language learning solutions for kids. They bring AI technology into animation characters to help children learn to speak English and Mandarin Chinese correctly with AI buddies. Jerry holds the position of CEO at Robot Galaxy Kids and has several years of experience in building robust brand values. Previously, he has also served as director at Extend IT hardware maintenance for more than 13 years. A very warm welcome, Jerry. And I would like to introduce, as I've already introduced you to the audience, maybe we can proceed further with a brief introduction you would like to introduce to the audience as well.
Yeah. Hi Shiba. Nice to meet you. Thank you for inviting me to the show, and hello to
Our
everyone
pleasure,
watching
sir.
the show. Yeah. So basically, Galaxy Kids is a application that helps young children to learn different languages using AI technologies. And the reason why is because we've seen a lot of students in Asia that study English or maybe
Mm-hmm,
Chinese for many years. They can
mm-hmm,
write, they can read, but they cannot speak. And I think one of the problems is that sometimes in the schools you may not have native teachers, right? It's hard to find the native teachers to
mm-hmm,
teach. Even they do, a class with 20, 30 students is very difficult for the teachers to really pay attention to each student. So basically what the application does is to really provide personalized learning using the AI technology. And
mm-hmm,
we also focus a lot in the speaking and also pronunciation area because we believe that for young children when they first started learning a new language, let's say
mm-hmm,
English, right? They if they can speak the proper pronunciation, that can help them a lot when they
mm-hmm,
to give them the confidence to want to speak out. And the second thing is also if they can hear themselves speaking when they speak, they get the recorded sound. They can hear back,
mm-hmm,
and we give them a score as well. How accurate is their pronunciation compared to the native speakers? Again, they will
mm-hmm,
get more confidence and they want to
mm-hmm,
speak more. So that is
mm-hmm.
focusing more on the maybe more for beginning students. We focus a lot on the pronunciation, but as they progress, they might have more
Mm-hmm.
vocabulary, more sentence frames. Then it really comes into how can we help the students to really have conversations and get feedback as well. Because that's a hard part, right? When you start really applying this in real life situations, you can really get a friend, a native friend, or a teacher that can correct you all the time. And this is what AI can do: is they can speak full sentences, and because of AI technology, they can have a free flowing conversation. But at the same time, when they make a mistake, our app would actually correct the grammar
Mm-hmm.
mistakes. Yeah.
All right. So, as you mentioned that your app basically use AI as the technology. Talking of the scorecard that you mentioned right now, is there any other technology that you incorporate to make those scorecard like valuable for the students and teachers to understand? Or AI
So
is the same technology that you use?
yeah, so we've integrated OpenAI's ChatGPT into our
Mm-hmm,
applications, and we have
mm-hmm,
also we also use speech recognitions.
mm-hmm,
We have our own algorithm as well. We do the training to make sure that the conversation is really focusing on the younger students, because
mm-hmm,
like nowadays with the large language model, you can talk about different things, but it can
mm-hmm,
go off track, and it's not very user friendly for language learning, right? If you
mm-hmm,
just use, let's say, any kind of AI model like ChatGPT. So what we do is we do the training. We have teachers that can help us to make sure like the
mm-hmm,
language that we use, the sentences that we the feedback when the children talking to the application, the characters that we have, the feedback are kind of like what a teachers uh, that would respond to a young students.
all right. So, as the conversation is unfolding, I am quite get to know that the major part of your target audience is like preschool kids and all of that. So, as you know, there is no age barrier to learning a language. So, why you have decided to like target this part of chunk and not explore further?
Actually, we started out in the preschool
Mm-hmm,
segments, but we have actually expanded. We have a new product that we launched. It's called Quippy. And the reason why is because language learning doesn't stop, right? So preschool is a very good place to start for foundation, and we think that it's also a very niche market. Not many companies are really focusing in preschool. So we
mm-hmm,
invest a lot into the animation, creating our own characters, songs, and
mm-hmm,
music. The idea is to really give the motivation to the children, right? So when they're 3 years old, 4 years old, they can't really go to a live class. They can use the application. They can really have fun, interactive, have a lot of interactive activities with our characters. But as they get older, once they go into primary school, secondary, high schools, they need to have a little bit more serious learning, understand more about grammar and things like that.
mm-hmm,
So our new product Quippy is really focusing for the K-12 students. The
mm-hmm,
concept is still the same because we use a lot of gamification because we know learning a language is very difficult, right? So we use
mm-hmm,
a lot of gamification. The core features would be we have a chat room where there will be a
mm-hmm,
character that will have
mm-hmm,
conversation with the students and that
mm-hmm.
will correct the grammar during speaking. We have the pronunciation that would also give an instant feedback and correction if you pronounce something not accurate. But we would also make sure, like in terms of our learning path or interactive quizzes, will be
Mhm,
aligned to the standard. So, for example, in English, like we will align our the learning path to the CFR for older students.
mhm,
So when they're studying different topics in school, they can come back and use this application. Let's say for a secondary student or a high school student, they can actually come back and use our interactive quizzes to
mhm.
reinforce what they've learned in the classroom. But at the same time, it's also they're having fun. So Quippy can be used both in classroom for the teachers to create in-class activities, but they can
Mhm.
also assign them as a homework for the children to go back to the house and practice.
Oh, so it's great that you are now targeting the entire K-12 students, and Quippy is sounding really interesting. And I hope that it strike the market right and good do well in the industry. So, in terms of the target audience and the K-12 segment and the preschool segment, is there anything else that Quippy is different from Galaxy Kids, or is there anything new apart from all of that that you just mentioned? Is there any variety that you specifically targeted for K-12 students instead of the preschool with
So
Quippy?
for Quippy right now, we've launched two languages. We have two languages. We have
Hmm.
English and Chinese, right?
Okay.
Um, so all the content, as I mentioned earlier, would be kind of aligned to the standard. Let's say
Mm-hmm.
Chinese, it will be HSK because many students learning Chinese, they might want to go study in China in the future. So they have to
Mm-hmm.
pass HSK tests. So we will align our content with, let's say, the HSK curriculum to make sure like what they study, they will actually they can actually like practice with exercise. But in terms of teachers, we will have a teacher dashboard.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of different than Galaxy Kids. So for Quippy, we have a teacher dashboard. The teachers
Mm-hmm.
would have access to a large library of graded content based on CFR or based on HSK. They can find this content very easily. They can search and find the content.
Mm-hmm.
They can also add, add more content. They can, add or remove the content based on
Mm-hmm.
their requirements. So it's very flexible. So they can use that for the in-class activities or at
Mm-hmm.
home or for homework.
So that content that you are featuring over the dashboard and is available for the teachers and students, is the content produced by any particular set of teachers, or the content is AI generated?
So we have the content that are created by teachers at this time.
Okay.
But in terms of the response, so for example, we have an AI detection, like intention question, right? Like let's say we ask you a question, but you can reply this question in different ways, right? So maybe I have an inmate say, "Oh, I'm hungry." So I say, "Am I hungry?" You can answer me, "Yeah, you're hungry. You're very hungry." You can answer in different ways. So what we can do is the AI will be able to detect your intention. So if your intention is still correct, then we'll say yes, it's correct. But if you're saying something else, then you detect is is not correct. So this is what the teachers would be able to do. They can use our graded content to assign the homework, and they could test the students' comprehension because they can read our paragraph, a longer paragraph, and the student have to answer some of these questions. But if they answer when they speak out, the question, is slightly different. As long as the intention is correct, the teacher will still see that the answer is correct.
Okay, great. So I guess your application is doing a good combination of teachers and AI, and this has been the debate in the world of education, that how will the role of teachers will mold with the existing AI technology. I think you are putting it right in the market, and teachers are very much important as well. So,
Thank you.
moving ahead, I would like to know that there are more than 7,000 languages in the world, and they are spoken across the world. So, Galaxy Kit is offering majorly English and the Chinese. So, how you have decided to go ahead with both these language, or is there any plan to expand beyond English and Chinese in the future?
So basically, we have created this platform. And we created all the different features on the platform that make it very easy for the teachers to create, to assign these activities both for the student at home or both in the classroom or at home. So the platform is very flexible, and you can actually add more languages to it. So right now we only focus on English and Chinese because we have customers, we have schools that are really interested. We also have some requirements. Let's say I just got a requirement from someone that wants to learn German. So yeah, so our platform is very flexible. If there's a requirement, we can actually add more languages to the platform.
Okay. Maybe your audience must be awaiting for other languages, because people will surely surely wanted to learn more than English and Chinese, and hopefully they'll get the flexibility in your platform. So, talking of the language specifically, language is three divided in three parts: the speaking, writing, and reading. So, most specifically, you have mentioned earlier also that what is the most specific part that your platform is considering, and why that only? Because I know that you are dealing with AI buddies and all of that, and probably you must be dealing with the speaking part. Is there any possibility of focusing on the reading and writing part in your platform, or you are only catering to the speaking part?
So for the preschool application, we focus a lot on the speaking and the listening part because we think that students are actually learning, English or learning Chinese in school. But the pain point is that they don't have someone that can talk to them. They don't have the environment. So that's what we focus on. We want to give them a good environment so they are motivated to speak. But once they come into maybe a primary school, secondary, high school, in the K-12 environment, we are adding the reading portion as well, comprehension and reading. So so that would be a lot more on, let's say they have to learn about, let's say in Chinese, right? They have to learn about the Chinese characters. They have to learn about the pinyin, etc. So that will be more reading emphasized. Writing, we don't have it yet at this time, but maybe in the future we can also add that.
Absolutely. So, absolutely, for the preschool part, speaking and listening is the prior thing. But as you mentioned about Quippy, do you have any mechanism in place for reading at your platform Quippy, or you are planning it for future?
So right now, at this moment, we are still more focusing on speaking and listening, but we start adding to, because it's we're following the standard, right? So it will be much longer sentences, a lot more comprehension exercise. So they have to really understand, they have to read, they have to recognize the characters. So there's a lot more of these contents in for the K-12 students.
Okay, great. So I think our audience have already known quite a few things about your brand Galaxy Kids and about Quippy as well. So now moving forward, we would love to know about Robo Galaxy Kids, what it is exactly, and what you are doing there, and what our audience can get at that platform.
Well, so basically, we are a language learning platform. We are called Robot Galaxy Kids because we started building software for robots. But we
Okay.
kind of pivoted, and then we started creating our own applications.
Okay.
So I would say at this time, our main products would be the Galaxy Kids. We have English and Chinese. It's a B2C application. You can download from the App Store. You can just go and search for Galaxy Kids English or Galaxy Kids Chinese. And it's a freemium model, so anyone can play a few activities per day for free. And for the Quippy, we have already launched into some of the schools in Singapore. So I would say is all these different content plus the teacher dashboard that make it very easy for teachers to use it in the classroom, as well as to assign homework for students to practice at home. So these are our two main products right now.
So, okay, great. Talking of, as we already have talked a lot about your product and solution and your offerings, I would love to know more about your journey, how it has been, and what are the various challenges and opportunities you received through the journey in building your brand Galaxy Kids.
Well, I think it's very difficult to build an ed tech company.
Maybe you can go ahead with a moment of challenge that you faced, or a moment of achievement that you faced in your journey.
Because it's a slower process in terms of because you need teachers, you need to create a curriculum. So it's a long process. It's not a short-term game. It's a long-term game. And even after you finish your products, there's a lot of testing, right? You have to have the teachers to come and test the parents. So there's a lot of tweaking after that as well. So on the development side, it's really important to really understand what the end users want, what teachers really want, what students really want, because the developers, they're technical, but they may not understand what this feature really can do or not do for the end users. So I think the challenge is really to really understand and really see people in action and get the teachers to use your applications, get the student use it, and really get the feedback from them. And sometimes I think, when they're unhappy with you, that might be the best feedback, because then you can really learn why they're not happy with certain features and how you can improve it. Yeah.
Okay. I'm very sure maybe there are moments there that students or teachers are unhappy, or maybe you are unhappy with the performance, but there must be quite a few moments when you feel proud at your product, and you feel really proud that students are learning various languages through your platform and the flexibility that it offers. So it was really great talking to you, Jerry, and I'm really hopeful that Quippy will do great in the market, and other products that you'll launch in the future. It was really nice talking to you. So as the closing remark, if you would like to say something to the audience, it would be really great.
Oh, okay. I just want to say I would love to have more teachers in different countries to come and experience Quippy. This is a very new platform. We just launched it a few months ago. So if you have any languages that you want to use this system, so that your teachers will be able to assess the pronunciation and speaking ability of the students, you can also have the sound recording of the students. And also gamatize the content, so the student will have fun actually learning a language. Please contact us.
Surely. I think through our platform and this collaboration, maybe some teachers will surely want to work with your platform, and they'll do great with your collaboration and the work that you do. Thank you so much. It was really nice talking to you.
Thank you, Sheeba. Thank you so much.